Hey guys, this is Real Talk Baseball. I'm Carlos Baseball with Pip Willpower, and we're going to discuss the one of our videos that we posted up on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Go ahead and follow us on Real Talk Baseball. And this video will that I we actually posted. It's a video that's not really going around on social media, and there's a lot of people talking about it. The Garrett Cole having something under his hat, and then his hat kind of pops up when he leaves his, I
Like
guess,
his thumb got
yeah,
sticky.
like it got sticky. um this is something huge. I think it should be something that people should be talking about.
Yeah, I mean, first the 2017 Astros that he was on gets caught cheating with the cameras, and then now a former Astros that's on the Yankees now is, he kind of got caught a little bit with maybe a foreign substance on the inside of his hat. I mean, like we were looking at before, if you look at his stats from when he was in Pittsburgh, he had one amazing season where he had a sub 3 ERA.
Yep.
But, other than that, like he's just kind of been like an okay pitcher. And then he goes to Houston, and then he's the best pitcher in baseball,
For two
you know,
years he was
for
pitching
two
lights
years.
out. Lights out. The 2018 and 2019 season, he was pitching lights out. He's like, no wonder no everybody want him. And it makes you think, right? Would it be something that the Astros actually told him, or would it have been something that the Yankees told him, or was he doing it already in Pittsburgh? Or maybe he just didn't feel his stuff break that day, and he went like, you know what, let me go ahead and put something or whatever. If it is something, we're just speculating at this point, because we don't want to go ahead and say, hey, he did have something. We don't know, but it did look like something because his hat did kind of pop up when he tried to release, his thumb and his index finger out of his hat.
Yeah.
So, uh, the stats when he was in Houston were sub 3, like you said, and then
Yeah,
he went
like
to the
if you
Yankees.
look at his first 5 seasons, right? He had his major league debut when he was 22 years old, 2013. He played 19 games, so he played a full season. Had a 3.22 ERA, which is great. That's a really good stats for especially a rookie. Second year he had a 3.65 ERA in 22 games. 2015 he had a 2.60 ERA in 32 games. Now that was his like standout season, his third season in MLB. That was like the precursor for what he could possibly do in the future.
Yeah,
Fourth season, he kind of dropped off a little bit. He had 21 starts with a 3.88 ERA. So he really couldn't follow up that like breakout season. And then the next year, he did even worse in Pittsburgh, 4.26 ERA in 33 starts.
yeah.
And then, he gets traded to Houston and, or he got signed by Houston, right?
He
They
was
signed
traded.
him.
He was traded. He was
He was
traded to
traded.
Houston. Yeah.
So he got traded to Houston in 2018, had 32 starts with a 2.88 ERA. And then the following year, 2019, which was his contract year, had 33 starts with a 2.50 ERA.
His
So
lowest ERA.
obviously,
Yeah.
it really looks like something happened in Houston. But Houston kind of has that like people know that about them, that they just develop their pitchers so good. Like Justin Verlander, his velocity increased by a couple miles an hour, and the break on certain pitches was just so much bigger than it was when he was in Detroit.
That's true.
um, Lance McCullers, all their starting pitchers, they are known for breeding good pitchers. And now with this video, surfacing with him, in the Yankees, maybe that's something that Houston kind of introduced to him, and then he took it with him once he gets signed to a huge contract.
That's
So
true.
it's going to be interesting because even though this video hasn't really gone viral yet, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to see this video or that already have seen this video, and they're going to be on the lookout now. You know, they're going to be watching him closely and looking at his fingers, looking what he does with his hat, or with certain parts of the body, if he actually does have a foreign substance, or if he uses the towel like we talked about in our last video, the wet towel, maybe it's not water on it. So I'm going to be one of those people. I'm going to be watching him closely because I'm, as I've said before, I'm a huge fan of pitching, a huge fan of Garrett Cole. He's an amazing pitcher. But now, seeing this video, it really makes me wonder, like, I mean, how good really is he? Because people don't understand, when you have that foreign substance on your finger, when you have that extra grip that you wouldn't have with just some spit or just some water, it really increases the spin rate on the ball. So if it's a fastball, it's going to increase the velocity. If it's a breaking pitch, it's going to increase the break.
Yeah.
So
And see what you just pointed out too. It's that we're going to start seeing a lot of umpires, coaches from the opposing team look at what he has and what he's been doing a lot more closer than what he has been before. So don't be surprised if his ERA spikes up, because if it does spike up, then we really got to look at this as, whoa, where did he start using this substance? And if it is a substance, and maybe it's just this one incident that just happened to, surface, and we just went ahead and got it, and we're like, oh, we got to go ahead and look at videos and see if he has been doing this too.
Yeah.
The Yankees are known, we were talking about this before this video, is that the Yankees are known to have pitchers that put pine tar,
Yeah.
and maybe it's something that the Yankees did, or maybe Garrett Cole didn't feel it that day when he was warming up, like, hey man, I'm not feeling it, and they went like, hey, just put a little bit of pine tar here and you should be fine.
Yeah,
And
it reminds me of Major League, when
Yeah.
you got the older pitcher that's like Vagisil,
Oh, yeah.
Ardall or something, Crisco,
Yeah.
one of those will give you an extra 3 inches break on your curveball.
Yeah, it happened with the Bat News Bears too, the movie where the little girl puts it under her cat, so it's like,
it's true. It really does help.
yeah, it does help. So
It's
yeah,
that
they're gonna
extra
be,
grip. It just you put that on the seams of a baseball, and you just get that extra, like, 2 RPMs for that extra velocity or break.
yeah, because it just comes off your fingers a lot smoother, man. Well, yeah, hopefully it's not something that we're just throwing out there and then people are going to be mad at us because we have it going and we're talking about it, but it has to be said. You remember that play with Molina a couple years back? He was catching and the ball got stuck on his
Oh, yeah.
on his chest protector. No one did anything about that.
No one did anything about that. I was so surprised. I thought there was going to be something like checking the pitcher or something. Like, maybe they're getting smart about it, and the pitcher doesn't even have anything on him. Maybe it's the catcher that actually has something on him.
He
So
throws a ball
when he
back
gets
with
the
it. Yeah.
ball, rubs it on his chest protector real quick, and then throws it back to the pitcher, and then the ball actually has something on it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and like we've mentioned before in our videos,
nothing came from that.
Yeah, nothing came from that. And like we mentioned before in our videos, like if you get caught cheating once, you must have been cheating all the time.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure.
so yeah,
No one gets caught their first time.
no. And yeah, that Molina one, no one said anything, and you just pointed out, what if the catcher has it and puts it on the ball, throws it back to the pitcher, and then the pitcher uses it? So depending what pitcher gonna throw, right? So it's like, I mean, come on, he's gonna have a lot of cameras on him. For his next start, for sure, I'm gonna check out his next start and see, what he's doing out there in the mound. Yeah, not to discredit his career though, he's a really badass pitcher. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. It's just, we just seen this video surface, and then what are you thinking? You automatically go back to the Astro years. Your mind starts working like, oh, did it happen with the Astros? Was he doing it with the Pirates? Or he just started doing it with the Yankees? Or it could have just happened on this start where he was like, hey, I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my cap, or wherever, if it did happen where he put pine tar or whatever substance he has there. So hopefully it's not something that it suspends the guy or does anything, because they didn't catch him real time. And I don't believe that MLB will go back and look at the films and say, hey, we're going to suspend you because we saw something on there. You don't know what that is yet. You don't know if it's pine tar. You don't know if it's a Vaseline. You don't know if it's anything there. I mean, we did see it, but it doesn't mean that it was there.
It really sucks when, stuff like this comes to light. Just because, like I said before, like, I'm a fan of Garrett Cole. I love pitching, and just to think about this guy, if he's been doing this throughout his career, like it's like the same thing that we said about the Astros cheating. It tarnishes their whole season that year, just like this. It kind of tarnishes like his whole career, kind of, like, who knows if he's been using it, during his whole career. Who knows if maybe just those 2 amazing years with the Astros is when it really started.
Yeah.
You know, it really just sucks to think about that these guys feel like they need to cheat to get ahead. Just play the game, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
May
But
may the best man win, you know.
yeah, but the competition thing is something tough to actually deal with when you're getting,
Yeah,
you know,
it
when
is,
you're up
but
there
I
in the
mean,
big leagues.
it happens in every sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, boxing, like we've seen like the scandal where the guy had a cement put into his
Oh,
boxing
God.
gloves, you know, and it happens everywhere. The guys are trying to get that extra advantage. Steroids, you know, that's
Yeah.
another example of, you know, trying to get that extra advantage. And I get it, you know, especially with men, like, you know, our personality is we're just competitive by nature, you know. Growing up, like I want to be the best, I want to be better than that guy, my team wants to win more than that guy's team wants to win, you know. So I understand why he would want to, but still, like, as a fan, I don't like seeing things like this. I prefer just to let your skills talk for themselves, and, you
Yeah.
know, just leave it at that.
Yeah. You know, Garrett Cole has a 3.22 ERA so far as the season has been going on. It's only 1/4 of the season games played. So hopefully his career doesn't, you know, go down after this.
Yeah, he has 4 starts so far. He had 10 strikeouts in 4.5 innings in his last outing,
In his last outing.
but
So yeah,
he also allowed 6 hits. You
yeah,
know, so
yeah. So like I said, hopefully it doesn't, you know, tarnish this guy's, you know, career or anything, which I think it's not. But they're gonna keep watching him, and they're just gonna have a lot of there's gonna be a lot of eyes on him, and that's just what it is. Just like
and
the
with that
Astros.
contract he just got, we're going to be able to watch him for a while. So
Exactly, exactly. And he's not with a slouchy team either. He's with the Yankees, and the Yankees are like top notch of baseball right now.
yeah,
So,
they're
you know,
the favorites to win the American League pennant this year.
and we won't say World Series because you know we don't know. But yeah, they're the favorites to win the American League championship. So with that, this is Real Talk Baseball. I'm Carlos Baseball. This is Willpower, and hopefully you guys will go ahead and follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and hit that subscribe button on YouTube and likes. And anything else to add, Will?
That's it. Hope you guys had a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to us. Signing out.